Hey, we're back. Some days, he would tie his guests up in the cellar, playing with them for hours until they finally died. Some days, he would drain them of their blood and bathe in it. Some days, he would spread them out on the table and feast upon them. Every week, another atrocious party. But he did everything unimaginable. As a faithful servant of the house, I am confined it. I can do most anything I am asked. Though you surely can imagine my surprise at having a use to cooking skills I learned while serving the flaxen hair family. To do that. I can only wonder if it actually tastes any good. Vesta's particular sword was always with him for his twisted banquets of self-gratification. However much blood stained it, and it never lost its sheen. It was as though the sword drank the flesh of the humans. Master, can you imagine just how wretched I felt? The mansion, once a beautiful sight to behold, reeked with death and our cross. And trust me, the stench of rotted flesh seeped upon from the cellar. Even the years is spent forsaken in the ruins were preferably to that. Or perhaps I only had myself to blame. It was I who invited the beast into the mansion. More! More! Not enough! This isn't going to satisfy me. Vesta still sought to hold more of his preserved parties. Lost villagers were no longer enough to quell his urges. He was indeed a genuine beast. And in time, this was what we began to wish for. Can't you give me any better prey? Something truly exquisite. A perfect prey to quench this maddening thirst of mine. Do you know what he meant when he asked for the perfect prey, Master? Perhaps a hero, someone courageous enough to stand up to him, with whom he could enjoy the battle to the death. Perhaps a dazzling young nymph to satisfy his other primal urges. Or perhaps what he wanted was not a human at all, but a demon or a phantom. I was soon found out as the mansion attempted to grant his wish, bringing yet another guest to the house on the cliff. I like how... give me a fucking second real quick. So, I like how every time when we move into like a new scene transition or whatever, the first story played like a loud, happy chime and that fucking scared me. But no, this one is more quiet, so I'm like, oh, you know? But it's okay. Give me a second. Gotta prop myself up, dudes. If the devil guides us, if God guides us, then perhaps I could accept that this was fate. Then it makes sense that I am here. Is anyone there? Wait, hold on. Is anyone there? I lost my way. Would you please be so kind to spare me a little food?
Ah, there!
There it is. There comes the poor little offering. They never learn. They just keep coming. Again and again. The magic keeps granting my wish. I would be glad to provide you some food. You are welcome to stay the night, get some rest. I shall have a room prepared. Oh shit, so why here, bitch? I'm gonna give her that same soft-spoken voice. So I won't hurt myself too much. Okay. Then I suppose I shall take you up on that generosity. I have been wondering for a very, very long time. That was that, master. Wait, hold on. What was that, master? You recognize her? I imagine you would. That white hair, those red eyes, skin of the color of a freshly fallen snow, and that flawless, beautiful visage. You could not possibly mistaken her for anyone else. And no, it is not someone who happens to resemble her. I can understand why you'd be surprised, master. At first, I could hardly believe my own eyes. The wandering knocking on the door that day was the very same fair-skinned young woman who visited the mansion so many years earlier. The white girl must have spent many, many nights in the forest. Her crystalline skin was covered in red scratches from where she had brushed against the stray branches and tree barks. She had even lost her shoes and was standing there barefooted, looking quite disheartened. But then, it was not to make any less beautiful. In fact, you could just imagine the dense forest canopy parting to allow the sun to shine down upon her. The beast appeared surprised by her angelic beauty as well. It seemed though as all the madness drained from him in that moment. He said nothing, but his eyes told all. He was entranced by the sight of her ruby red irises and her pure white hair. Pardon? I'm the beast. This is what I asked for. Something to quench my thirst. You're allowed to be happy. But as I said, it was only for a moment. So rejoice! Imagine just how gradually it will be to see such a beautiful woman writhing in the throes of death. Follow me. I have a bath drawn as well. And once the moment has passed, the beast was barely able to contain the wellspring of madness within himself. He wanted nothing more than to run his sword through the girl in this very instant, to torture her, to defile her. He tended to her wounds, served her supper, and drew her a bath for her. And afterwards, the beast even made to provide her with a dress to wear. Even the outfit she had only wore for one night so many years before there was, waiting for someone to put it on again, for her to put it on again. He said she could choose anything she liked. But she began such a modest young woman. She said she needed not such fine attire. And what a shame that was. I too wish to see her in that dress once more. I need not such fine clothing.
You need to be modest.
No, that's not why.
Are they not to your liking then?
No, I just... My apologies. You are very generous.
Foolish girl. Smiling and calling me generous? I was simply imagining what a pretty sight would be. The sight of her flesh blood splattered on it. The sight of her life slipping away in it.
I am glad that, after wandering for so long, I ended up in this mansion.
And in a few hours you'll be fleeing the exact opposite. Get all the rest you need. I shall see you in the morning.
I thank you. Vesta made his way out of the girl's bedchambers. His knacks became crumbling off after only taking a few steps.
There, that, precisely what I wanted. Just imagining how such a beautiful woman will scream. How she begged for her life. Hey, are you there? The mansion has given me the perfect offering. Hey! If she's not here?
Is someone there? Yes, I came by to ask if there's anything you needed. I cannot offer you anything extravagant, not like before, but I am here to provide you with anything in my capacity. I appreciate the offer, but I need nothing. Being allowed to stay the night is more than enough. Do you work here in the mansion? Yes, indeed I do. I have been here for a very, very long time. A very long time? You might think this is an odd question, but have we met before? Something about you seems familiar. And I get the feeling I have been in this mansion before. Yes, we have met. But, oh, hold on. It was quite some time ago, though. When was it? It was an unimaginably long time ago. Do you remember a boy and a girl with flaxen hair? Flaxen hair? I apologize. My memories failed me. You do not remember me either? I see. You should probably not push yourself to remember then. There were joyous times, and there were less than joyous times. But would you be so kind to answer one question? What might your name be? My name? My name is... I see. So you are. Again. Again? You should get some rest. I will make tea for you in the morning. Also, go on. Close your eyes. But Besta never waited for morning to come. With his sword that smelled of blood hanging from his hip, the beast slowly, ever so slowly, crept towards the room where the girl slept. The time was soon approaching for the bloodthirsty beast to paint the walls with the young woman's blood, to turn her bedchamber into a gore-splattered altar upon which he would offer her to the devil. However, when he opened the door, the beast could hardly believe his eyes. She was not asleep, but sitting there as expecting Besta's arrival.
Why are you awake? Did you not go to sleep?
I heard footsteps, so I...
And what were you planning to do when I got here? Surely you didn't think we simply have a nice midnight chat.
I was hoping to ask what it was that you wanted.
To ask? What was I wanted? Do you even realize what you're saying? Can you not even see what's in my hand? You know exactly what I came to do. Aren't you going to beg? Aren't you going to plead for your life? Aren't you going to ask me not to kill you?
It was necessary. But is that what you wanted?
What I want is something much, much more gratifying than your pleas. I want to hold a banquet. It's not enough. No matter what I do, it's not enough. But you'll be enough to satisfy me, to quench this unholy thirst, to completely wholly fill me to the bursting point. You want to know what I desire? I desire to devour you!
Oh, that looks so disturbing. Ah! Besta shoved the girl back, slamming her into the mattress. He then stabbed his sword through the sheath beside her, looking down the girl, the moonlight at his back. Clutching her slender throat with one hand, he drew the sword once more, holding the tip but inches from her nose. No matter how much blood it drank, the sword continued to shine gloriously, as though it had just come from the forge. It was an awe-inspiring, tear-shredding, blade, the sight, the sight of which would cause anyone to imagine the misfortune about to befall them.
Go on, mock me, ridicule the hideous, barbaric beast standing before you. From the moment you saw me, you thought me unsettling, no? But you averted your eyes because I had food for you. Because I gave you a place to rest. You pretended not to notice the beast. This is retribution. Fuck you. For your damn humans. I know the word. I just forgot how to pronounce it. So beg for your life, like they all do. Cry, plead for mercy.
If you say so. If you say that you're ugly, then I must be ugly. I must be equally ugly.
What?
What came from the girl's mouth was neither a plea, nor an insult, nor a scream. Full-grown men had wept before him, and yet the sight of a young woman did not. Despite the terrifying beast being upon her, moments away from extinguishing her life, even though I almost shrieked in fright. Besta could believe neither his eyes nor ears.
Do you not fear me? Can you not see what I'm about to do to you?
What am I to be afraid of?
I'm threatening you to murder you. To rip your intestines out with these claws and watch you die in agony. I enjoy it more than anything in the world. Filling others' hearts with fear. The more lives I take, the more I enjoy it. I'm a beast driven by madness.
What he expects for the beautiful girl before him to desperately implore him for mercy. He wanted nothing more than to see despair seep into every corner of her red eyes. But he believed that it would be truly sublime moment euphoria, unlike anything he had experienced before. Besta prodded her with his singular sword, poking a slit on the skin smoother than silk. You see me as pitiful, and so you're offering me to release me from my fate? But she did not do as the beast wished. So she looked at him with sympathy rather than fear. This rather the beast. He had never once seen anyone respond to him that way.
What on earth are you talking about? What is going through your head? Pity? Release? Do you not comprehend this situation? How could you be so calm? Scream, cry, and shout. Beg for me to spare you. Throw yourself at my feet. Throw yourself at my feet. Otherwise I'm a beast. A beast that never tires of killing.
To me, you appear to be a person.
You're lying.
You listen to the things I say, and you respond with your own words.
I was taught how to speak. I, I, I'm a beast who speaks human language.
But you think you used your mind to come up with those responses? And you hesitate.
If I'm human, then why do they disparage me so? Why do they reject me? I try to kill me because I'm a beast, a repulsive beast. That's why, isn't it?
I will do nothing to hurt you. We are alike.
Like? Don't be ridiculous. How could you say that we're alike when you're beautiful as you are?
There's something beautiful about me. What value does outward appearance have?
You
have suffered much precarization, whatever. Which is why you tremble in fear.
I'm not trembling. I am not afraid.
I can hear the cries of your heart.
What on earth is wrong with you? Why? Why are you not afraid? Why do you not scream in terror?
I am afraid, but more than fear. I feel like I know what my role is.
Your role?
If you will have me, I would like to remain here in the mansion.
Are you mad? I will eventually kill you, torture you, put you through hell, make you wish you were never born.
That does not change my mind. Please, allow me to stay. I find it very hard to believe that what you want deep down is to hurt people. And I get the feeling I am meant to be here. That is my role. Vesta was at lost. He was like, perhaps afraid of this girl who did not fear him, and even attempt to embrace him. She behaved too differently from all the other humans he knew of, who only ever harassed and pushed him away.
Why are you so kind to me? To this beast, this murderer?
Vesta's sword slipped through his hand, hitting the hard floor with a metallic whine. When the sound died down, the girl extended her hands for the beast with the utmost of affability. Her fingers were white as fleshy fallen snow, something this era never saw. They traced his distinctive frame and ran along through his unsettling shaped nose. They slid across his rough yellow skin. They drifted around his rather small eyes. The beast trembled once more, this time not out of twisted desire, from deep within.
but from the unimaginable uncomfort of the physical contact. Her fingers moved so gently, so pleasantly, wrapping him in their warmth. Are you crying? A single teardrop slid down the arc of her finger. Looking into her clear eyes, Vesta came to realization. At the time, at, at the same time, he felt somewhat dismayed. Are you without sight? Taken to the throes of his primal urges, the beast had not noticed, but there was an emphasis in the girl's eyes. Her appearance to be gazing far from the distance, not focusing on the man, despite being so close enough to touch him. The tears had begun running down Bess's cheeks earlier, when she had called him a person. But it was not until one of those droplets had slid across the back of her fingertip that she realized she would indeed had no need for an extravagant dress after all. She could not see what she was wearing. That is correct. I am blind. But whoever decided that reality is not only what can be seen, I know not what appearance I have. But in the darkness, everything is as one. There are no difference between the beast and man. But if you are a beast, then I must too be a beast. To call the girl a beast was paramount to eating sugar and instant. Ooh, it was assault. Okay, we're gonna stop here because this bitch is tired. But anyways, I'll see you guys till next time, and goodbye.